Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a lake and your body is quite stiff. You're moving a little bit slowly. As you look down at your reflection, you see wrinkles and gray hair. Because you're not young anymore, you're 100 years old. As you look in the lake, you're reflecting on your life and you're wondering what would have been different if you didn't waste so much time, how much you would have accomplished with your life if you realized that your time was limited. Let me tell you a story. I'm 22 years old and I've just started going to the gym. But I still had a few bad habits that I was trying to get rid of, and I remember one day I'm sitting in my living room, controller in my hand, phone in my lap, and I'm playing Brawlhalla. But I'm not just playing this time, I'm studying. I want to get better at this. So I'm watching this YouTube video about how I can do these combos, and I'm sitting there practicing, and 10 minutes passes, 20 minutes pass, 30 minutes, until it finally hits me. What the fuck am I doing? You see, I had been on self-improvement, and so I was using the skills that I was learning from self-improvement to get better at a skill, until I realized that this skill has no effect on my real life. I quickly throw my phone off my lap, turn off the PS4, and 2 days later, I sell my PS4 and my life changes forever. So obviously the first thing you need to be avoiding is video games. And I know you don't play that much anymore. You have a lot of self-control in this area and I'm proud of you for that. But even just a little bit of it is going to make you feel like you want to get better. And then feeling like you're getting better is going to repeat that cycle of reward and then progress and reward. Why not just use that in your real life instead? Because here I was learning these fucking combos in Brawlhalla, a fighting game, when I could be learning how to fight in real life. And so a few months after this, I sign up at a fight gym so that I can learn how to actually develop a skill. Instead of learning the combos in the video game, I was learning them in real life. Wouldn't you rather have something to show for your time? Because only your gamer friends care about you getting better at the game. And I know you've been working hard on yourself, and this isn't something that you spend too much time on. But to be honest, any time that you spend consistently on a video game is a waste of time. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have pastimes, but you should get to the point first where you don't do it at all before you decide, let me play this once in a while. Just realize that these are designed to waste your time. Progress in these games is a myth, but they tailor them to men because men are addicted to the idea of progress. So understand that progress is a myth in these games and they just want you to be trapped there forever playing their game. The next thing that is wasting your life is porn. Let me tell you a story. I remember 2 years ago, I'm 23 and I'm in my room and I'm pacing back and forth because in my mind, I just feel this strong urge to jack off. And I take out my yoga mat and I lay it on the floor and I start lying down. I'm about to do it and then my phone starts ringing. It's my mentor, he's calling me. And so I get excited, I pick up the phone and I start talking to him for an hour. And when the conversation ends, I'm left with nothing to do. So I sit back down, pull up a video on my phone and just start jacking off. And it wasn't until I got a piece of advice that changed my life forever that this habit started to actually remove itself from my life. And this is what I was told. The benefit that you get from doing this will never outweigh the cost. How do you feel after? Because I was always concerned with what am I gonna get right now? And it feels fucking good in the moment. But we never stop to consider how we're gonna feel afterwards. It's this fallacy that we have, that we think that if we do what we want, we'll feel how we want. But the reality is we do what we want and then we feel like shit. So understand right now that once you stop doing this, bro, there's a huge world of benefits that are waiting for you. And even just doing it a little bit is damaging. So what I would advise you is, you're not on NoFap, and I know that, so that's good. But just fap less, right? Keep on doing that and keep on reinforcing that in your mind, that it's not about stopping forever or doing a streak. It's just about doing it less. And then when you do it, just don't use porn. That's what I did that helped me to quit, because I realized it wasn't even so much fapping that I was addicted to. It was really like the porn that made it 10 times more addictive for me. And so if you can get yourself from that place of not doing it, once you get out into the real world and you see women, just your interactions will be so different, because you don't need something. Porn creates like this weird craving in our bodies and in our minds for sex, and really what you wanted was love. You never really wanted to sit there, and you just wanted love, validation. And those are good things. So don't let this destructive habit take that from you and steal your time away, because you're almost out. The light at the end of the tunnel is visible. Realize that you've made progress in this area, and now it's time to take the last step. Stop watching porn. The next thing that might be wasting your life is mindless entertainment. Bro, I know you don't waste your time watching a bunch of TV shows like the average person does. But you do have that one show that you keep coming back to, even though you've watched it already. And why do you keep coming back to it? What is it giving you? You see, I'm not one of those extremely extreme guys that says we shouldn't watch any entertainment, no TV, no nothing. But one thing I learned from a guy that I've met here in Bali is that everybody has some form of escape. Humans have always had escape mechanisms. Back in the day, it was like going to the theater or going to the pub, spending time with these friends that you have. And now we have these mindless forms of entertainment, like watching a TV show that doesn't even benefit us. So here's what I'd recommend for you, and here's what I've been doing. Recently, I was on a storytelling call, and it's with this guy. His name is Matthew Dix. He's a storytelling expert. And I'm asking him, how can I put more humor into my stories? How can I be more funny? And he says, well, realize that humor is a skill that you can learn. And one of the best ways to do it is by watching stand-up comedians. And I thought, wow, that's a great idea. So recently, what I've been doing is I've been watching Dave Chappelle, but not with the intention that everybody else has, which is, let me just laugh. That's one of the benefits for me. What I'm doing is I'm trying to learn and see, how is he crafting his stories? How is he placing the jokes so that people laugh? And you can do this too, because I know you want to be more funny and you want to be more personable. So why not just watch a stand-up comedian instead of watching that TV show that you've already seen before? Do this. Be more intentional about the content that you consume. Start to watch even more of the educational stuff. Double down on it, because I know you've already started watching more educational content. Why not just do it more? Why not make it something that you really enjoy? So you're doing well so far in this, bro. Just double down. Keep educating yourself. And if you're gonna entertain yourself, just do it with a little bit of intention. The fourth thing is to avoid the unlucky and the unhappy. Bro, I've been talking a lot recently about losing friends and relationships ending. And the reason why is because I know you're going through a separation season. I know you're experiencing this drift between the people you've always known in your life, and it's causing you pain. I remember when I lost my best friend recently, and I couldn't even accept the amount of pain that I was in, because I used to call this guy every day. Every day we would call and we would talk, and the thing about this guy is he was on self-improvement, but he wasn't going to the same place that I was going. And that's okay. Sometimes, paths cross and you walk the same path for a little while, but then the road diverges and you start to walk on different paths, and it's okay. But one thing you have to realize is that a lot of people say things, but they don't live it. They don't actually walk the talk. And so if you're noticing that somebody is saying that they're doing the same thing that you're doing, or that they're going to the same place as you, but they're not actually living up to it, just take some time and distance yourself from that person. Because they'll recognize that, okay, he's probably just working hard on himself. And I caused myself a lot of pain by trying to help people that didn't want my help. They didn't really want me to guide them. And the way I know that is because they might say that they're taking action, but results speak for themselves. Pay attention to the silent movie of life. Imagine you're watching a movie and you're seeing all of the characters, but you're not hearing the words. You would still be able to understand their intentions and the way that they were planning to move just by watching how they were acting. And it's the same way with life. Instead of listening to what people say, pay attention to their actions. Their actions will tell you everything, and then the result will tell you even more. If you're trying to go to the gym with a friend and he says he really wants to get into it, see if he's gonna go when you're not there. See if he's gonna go when he's by himself. And then in 3 months, 6 months, look at his results. See if he's actually making progress like you are. See if he's actually as serious about this as you are. And if he's not, well, you can't make a turkey fly, bro. And this is a mistake that I was making that I hope that you can learn from. Not everybody is going to the same place as you. And that's because a lot of people have baggage that they haven't dealt with. And that's the thing about birds. Birds don't fly because they have wings. They fly because their weight is proportionate. And so an eagle can fly, but a penguin cannot, no matter how hard you try. They have to become light first before they can go far. So I know it's shitty sometimes that we have to drop some of the people that we've always known, but think about it this way. If you were Michael B. Jordan and you reached out to one of your childhood friends, would they get back to you? You know that they would, because they look up to you. And so if you can focus on becoming the individual instead of focusing on the people that you've always been around, you'll realize that you'll actually create space. And that space is for the people that you were meant to attract into your life. But if you keep holding on, and if you keep calling the friends every single day, even though we're not going to the same place anymore, you're gonna close off the people that were meant to be in your life. So be okay with cutting off the people that you weren't meant to be with forever, and avoid those people that are unlucky and unhappy. Where we're going, we don't depend on luck. It's part of the equation, but it's not the most important factor. Now, the fifth thing is the one you're gonna wanna hear the least. But bro, you gotta get rid of your vices. Because, like I said, birds fly because their weight is proportionate. And if there's something dragging you down, how far can you go? Really think about this. The reason you don't have the success that you want in life isn't because of the business that you're in. It's not because of the job you're working. It's because of the person that you are. Success is something that you attract by the person that you become. I didn't say that, Jim Rohn did. And so you need to become a different person. And look, bro, I used to struggle with weed a lot. And it wasn't until I actually came to Bali that I was able to drop it forever. I used to smoke 6 times a day. I'm not perfect. And even before I came to Bali, I was probably still smoking at least a few times a week. And so, look, you do need to drop these things so that you can actually go where you want to go. There is no choice in this matter, because we're on a holistic self-improvement journey. And that means always looking to the areas in which we're weak so that we can develop strength in those areas as well. So for you, it's probably something like weed, isn't it? Or maybe you drink a little bit too much. I had that problem too. But I just want you to know that it's really not on you that it's so hard to get rid of some of these things. Because the world is designed in such a way that you were meant to fail. They really don't want you to succeed. School isn't education, it's indoctrination. And on top of that, all they teach is compliance. Raise your hand before you do something. This is due by this date. And so we never learn how to stand on our own feet, but this is your chance. Eliminate the things that are holding you down, weighing you down. But if you stayed this long, well done. My name is Andrew. I make videos about self-improvement. My mission is to inspire men to become strong, to become disciplined. If that's something you're into, hit the subscribe button, and we'll talk again soon. Peace.